I'd like you to meet James, Linda, Matt, Will, and Mike. Oh, and that's me. I'm JP. We're on a pretty wild adventure, flying the planes we built across the Atlantic Ocean to America. Our aim is to travel 8,000 miles from Johannesburg, South Africa to Oshkosh, Wisconsin in under 10 days, all to attend the world's largest air show. This is day 5.
It's just about to turn 5 o'clock and very hot and muggy. Flying to Barbados today. It's going to be a long flight. It's 2,100 nautical miles, so it's the same distance as Hawaii to California. But we have really good tailwinds, so we should have about a 14-hour flight today. It's going to be a big one. Everyone's very tired. I've had the most sleep out of everybody. But it's still an early morning, so I'm expecting I've got about 6-7 hours in me until I get tired. It's interesting because on a flight like this, the airframe, you know, I know it's going to be fine, and the engine's going to be fine. It's more just about install, so checking all the lines, making sure that nothing's chafing through or rubbing through.
Let's taxi to the top of runway 21 and let's roll like 3 or 4 minutes apart. Give ourselves just a little bit of a break.
Just clean your windscreen.
Right. We don't have a squawk yet. I mean, it's going to be, so we'll have to get on the radio, and we probably all have to on our own radio, I think.
Alright.
Zulu Uniform Sierra Hotel Whiskey ATC clearance is available.
From the good morning. We are in fact a flight of 3 aircraft. We would request, please, to do our own spacing. We are Zulu Uniform Sierra Hotel Whiskey, November 669 Juliet Papa, and November 915 Hotel Whiskey, from Praia to Granty Adams, Barbados, and request taxi.
This is going to be a very difficult takeoff for me because it's at night, so my references are limited. The good thing is I have extraordinarily strong landing lights. Okay, controls are full and free. All the pumps are on. Lights are set. Fuel is on the right tank.
Okay, guys, we are ready. JP, are you ready?
Yep, I'm going to time you for 3 minutes and then I'll roll.
I think that's a good idea. Mike and Linda?
Yep, we're ready. We'll time 3 minutes after JP.
You looking alright there, James?
We looking good?
Okay, JP's rolling.
Okay, guys, it is properly dark. It is 00 horizon. JP, how are you guys?
I'm good. Climbing out at 100 knots, 200 feet a minute.
Perfect. We do that as well.
Alright. That was actually the best takeoff I've done yet.
Okay, starting to get in the horizon. Mike and Linda?
Mike and Linda, how are you guys doing?
They did say rolling.
Did you hear them just before, or have they been silent for a minute or two?
Stand by, we're coming.
Okay.
45 minutes late out, guys, not too bad.
Yeah, that was the longest wait for clearance in a while.
Quite painful. Well, we've got a 1 knot tailwind already, dude.
Off to a great start.
look at that island ahead of us. The thing is 6,000 feet, as small as it is.
Must be a volcano.
Yeah, it's probably go just right at it, I think.
That is so cool. About 4 hours and 10 minutes into our crossing to Barbados, and the tailwinds are beautiful. We have 40 knots on the tail right now, been averaging about 165 to 170 knots. So yeah, this is a big crossing. You know, it would be about 14 hours total, I think, 13 and a half. At this rate it'll only be 13, which is great, but I've learned over time to not get my hopes up too much, because over the next 9 hours a lot can still happen, like a lot can still change. I don't know much about those props, but I do recall that Sean, during the crossing from Madagascar, when he had a good pitch going, he turned the prop off on the switch for it to hold pitch.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Okay, I'm going to text Sean right now.
Traffic.
I'm not going to turn it off yet, because it appears to be holding its position, but it does flash red.
So things just escalated very quickly without any warning. Basically James's prop is busy failing. The brushes are starting to wear beyond use, and on those props you always know that ahead of time, because all three red lights start blinking. And this is one of the main reasons I ended up going for a hydraulic constant speed prop, was this very concern. And so yeah, James's prop is busy failing, and it's very nerve-wracking because we still have 9 hours ahead of us. So he can't turn back because of the headwind. It would just take forever to get back. So yeah, I mean, fuck. At this point, our no wind range is 1,640 miles. He might still make it, with a full fine prop. It'd be very hit and miss. Every hour that we carry on at this speed, we buy ourselves time. But this is very nerve-wracking. I'm gonna eat out of stress.
I gotta be honest, I could have killed for a hearty meal right about now. For so many reasons, whenever I take up these intense projects that require months of relentless work, eating well and maintaining my nutritional needs is always one of the hardest things to maintain. And it's in moments like these that I wish I'd known about Factor sooner. Factor allows me to eat well despite the craziness of my life right now. Factor makes meeting my nutritional needs possible by delivering fresh, never frozen, dietitian-approved meals right to my doorstep. With Factor, I can skip the trips to the grocery store and skip the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up while still getting the flavor and nutritional quality I need. Factor's fresh, never frozen, I'm gonna say that again, fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you have to do is heat and enjoy and get back to adventuring. Head to factor75.com and click the link below and use code JP50 to get 50% off your first box of Factor. My favorite thing about Factor is the flexibility. I can easily adjust the order size, the types of meals, out of a huge selection of meals prepared by gourmet chefs, and even the ability to skip a week when I have special events. So again, head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code JP50 to get 50% off your first box of Factor. And a huge thank you to Factor for sponsoring this video.
Okay, switching the prop off. Prop is off, and we'll monitor.
Oh man, I'd be so nervous right now.
Yeah, I'd be nervous too, but there are ways to work around this, you know. He would probably drop to like 130 knots with this wind. If it went full fine, that would mean it's going to take him 11 hours to get there. And we still have 12 and a half hours of fuel, so he would in theory be okay.
Yeah. What is the procedure if one of us goes down? Do we follow them down to get a...
Yeah, that's what we discussed. I would definitely be going down and checking to make sure that they're getting out and in the raft. So because that helps a lot with giving feedback to whoever's doing search and rescue to say that they're both in the raft, they're both alive.
Yeah.
Like that's important. Whereas often you're doing a search and rescue, but you don't have a way to definitively know if they're all in the raft or where the raft is or.
Yeah.
How are you looking, James?
We're looking good. Prop staying absolutely rock steady. So we haven't had it on in an hour and 12 minutes. And everything 100% cool.
Cool. Yeah, I see you did drop off on the speed a bit, but it's probably better to do that than risk anything else.
Yeah, we don't want to change too much. When we get into sync, we come back slightly on the throttle. What we can't control as well as our fuel burn. We quite quickly get into a kind of like rich state.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. That is the most economical way there anyway. And so it'll just be a half an hour longer. Not a big deal.
Yeah, I think that's probably about right. We're still doing 161 over the ground. I mean, that's pretty bloody good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So we are 4.5 hours out, 700 nautical miles from Barbados. It's been a long flight. James has managed to find a solution to the propeller issue for now. At least he's able to, it appears he'll get to Barbados without much of a speed loss. Like we had about 4 knots, 5 knots that we had to pull back. This is just too cool. We just crossed the Atlantic Ocean. We're on descent in a stacked formation into Barbados. It doesn't get any better than this.
He gave us stickers.